Dr. Murray, thank you for doing this short interview with us. And how are you enjoying Boston so far?
So far, pretty good. It's a lot warmer than where I came from.
Awesome. And what are you looking forward to most at the Actrons Extrons conference?
There are a lot of things, really. I'm excited to hear about what's new in areas that I'm not working on. It's also a great opportunity to see a lot of colleagues that I work with on various projects, so we can talk about what our next steps are and what we've learned, and so that's always a really exciting thing to do.
Great. And are you presenting anything here about your research?
I am. So I'm talking on Thursday a bit about how health behaviors and comorbid conditions, say like diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, affect the risk of MS and affect the progression of the disease in people who already have MS.
And how important is it to understand comorbidities in people with MS and how it affects them?
I think it's tremendously important. I think we're realizing now that because people with MS may develop their disease when they're relatively young, we can expect them to live for a very long time. And so as they get older, they're going to acquire other health conditions, and many people acquire them at a time which is very similar to the point at which people are often transitioning to a point where their disease may worsen or progress. And so that raises the question of how those conditions are actually influencing that progression.
What are some of the common comorbid conditions you observe in people with MS, and how do you treat them?
Well, so the most common comorbid conditions in people with MS include depression and anxiety, which we typically will treat in the same way as you would anyone else in the general population, so maybe a combination of medication, counseling, and cognitive behavioral therapy. But other very common conditions are things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, which are common even among people without MS, things like irritable bowel syndrome, arthritis as you get to older ages. And so far we treat those, again, very much like we do in the general population. We don't know if there's anything we should be doing differently in people with MS, and I think that's a really important question to answer.
And how do you view research in MS in general in terms of where we are and how we're progressing?
I think there's still a lot of questions we have to answer, but I think as collaborations have developed more around the world, we've been working harder on trying to share the way we do our work and do things in similar ways so that we can put research together and learn new things from data that are being collected for a different purpose in the beginning. We've really advanced our ability to answer questions more quickly, and so I'm very hopeful about where we're going.